Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications.
For the first time since it was constituted in August 2019, the House of Representatives Committee on Niger Delta Development Commission (Nddc) recently undertook a tour of project sites across the Niger Delta as part of its legislative oversight of the Nddc. The development, which signals an end to a frosty relationship between the Commission and the federal legislators, is described by some observers as the best thing to have happened to the Niger Delta region under the leadership of Interim Administrator of the Nddc, Mr. AKUGHA. Correspondent Chika Bodozie tells us more.
Until their recent working visit to the Niger Delta, the federal legislators did not get along with successive interim management committees of the Nddc over a number of contentious issues, ranging from appointment of a substantive board for the commission, alleged financial misconduct in the system, and delayed passage of its annual budgets by the National Assembly. The fray, which lasted throughout the year 2020, culminated in a probe of Nddc's financial expenditures by the lawmakers in July 2020. The outcome of the probe were accusations and counter-accusations leveled by the conflicting parties, prompting the National Assembly members to withhold passage of the Commission's 2020 budget until a board was appointed to pilot its affairs. In a surprise move, the Senate had passed the 2020 budget of the Nddc on the 21st of December 2020, barely 10 days to the end of the year. Consequently, Mr. AKUGHA, who was appointed Interim Administrator of the Nddc on the 12th of December 2020, was invited to defend the Commission's budget for that financial year. The recent turn of events, which is expected to foster a harmonious relationship between the Nddc and the National Assembly, is said to be the outcome of Mr. AKUGHA's mediatory role in the protracted conflict between both parties.
The interim MD, he's interested, we have engaged, and I see his interest, and I see his passion for the region. We share the same passion, and we hope he will be able to see it through. We will give him all the support that he needs to be able to succeed and give the Niger Delta people a commission that will provide succor to the long suffering that they have been going through.
The body language of the new administration shows a determination to take the region to the next level. And the best way to start is to come and see what they are doing currently and whether it is in line with what we have appropriated for them, and try to guide where necessary. It is the mandate of the Constitution for us to conduct our oversight function. So we are starting from the building, the main building, the headquarters that we've had about so many times.
Having resolved their differences, the federal lawmakers and Nddc management are considering a review of the Niger Delta Regional Development Master Plan to meet current development needs of the region. They are also looking at an amendment of the Nddc Establishment Act of 2000 to ensure better management and administration of the Commission.
For the interest of the development in the Niger Delta, so that's where I will see that relationship, good relationship, which I will also join hands with the Niger Delta to seek from the National Assembly for the easier passage and implementation of the Niger Delta Nddc budgets. So if that's the reason why I'm seeing the harmonization, fine, it's welcome.
If he's been able to find a way around a situation that actually brings about some level of peace and stability, well, that will be good for the entire region.
Since his assumption of office on the 12th of December 2020, Mr. AKUGHA's major preoccupation has been to address the tardy processes associated with the award and execution of contracts, leading to 12,000 abandoned and stalled projects across the Niger Delta in the last 20 years. In his quest to empower the Nddc to begin to effectively deliver on its mandate, AKUGHA is currently meeting with credible stakeholders and state governors in the region to get their input into the Commission's development agenda.
So they have come to see and they are happy with what they have seen so far. So it gives me a whole lot of pleasure that the tide is turning, and we are making a lot of progress in the interest of the Nigerian state, in the interest of the Niger Delta region, in the interest of the men and women, the unemployed young men and women in the Niger Delta, the women in the Niger Delta that needs to be attended to because they are ready to work with us.
Prior to this time, largely underdeveloped communities in the Niger Delta were at the receiving end of the rift between the National Assembly members and management of the NDDC. In the present dispensation, however, both parties are expected to work harmoniously to ensure that previous altercations leading to unsavory developments, particularly delayed passage of NDDC budgets in the National Assembly, will be bygone issues. For most Niger Deltans, this is a welcome development that should be sustained in the best interest of the region.
Inside the Niger Delta,